Most people, when they first start building forms, simply drag and drop widgets to a particular point on the form, and then rearrange things as they go. Now, this seems quite logical and intuitive when you first get started, but as you start building bigger and more complex forms, we start finding problems with both making sure that all of the fields and objects within the form actually line up and look good and are equally sized. And also, it introduces problems when you start working on much larger forms, and having to introduce new fields in the middle of a form means that all the fields below it need to be rearranged. Composer solves all of these problems by introducing the concept of layout managers, which is a well-known pattern that is used in many different programming environments. And really, layout managers allow you to provide a number of very simple hints to Composer, and then Composer takes care of laying out the fields for you. So I'm going to show you this in a very simple form. So the first thing I'm going to show you is in the Your Details section, we've got two fields that are currently set up within the Your Details section as a vertical flow. So they'll just be laid out one below the other. And we've also specified a hint that says we want the field to be expanded to take up all the space available for it on its line. Now I'm going to double click on the last name field. I'm going to go onto the Layout Data tab, and I'm going to select the option that says Keep on Same Line. So this means keep it on the same line as the field that precedes it. And when I do that, Composer will not only put it on the same line as the first name field, but will also resize both of those fields appropriately, taking into account margins on the left and right hand sides, and resize those fields to make sure that they're balanced and they look good. A similar layout manager, at the moment I have your interests listed as a series of checkboxes, and using a vertical layout flowing down the page. If I wanted to preserve a little bit of real estate or change the look of my page, I can select a different layout manager. So you can see at the moment it's top to bottom, but I could select a grid layout, for example. Simply specify the number of columns, for example 4. I can also specify different column widths, but for now I'm just going to have them all equal sized columns. Press save, and Composer will simply relay out all of the fields within that section according to the layout manager I've chosen. I'll just save that, flick quickly to the preview pane, and here you can see the PDF version of that composition with first and last name on the same lines, equally spaced and nicely laid out, and all of the checkboxes beautifully laid out and lined up together.